Green morning, green afternoon, and green evening world over to all our brothers and sisters across the globe. It's indeed a great pleasure to meet you on the last day of October. Wow, we are just left with 2 more months in this year. That's 2022. 2020 was very challenging. 2021, once again, we had a lot of rigors and rigmaroles. 2022, everything has started recovering, recouping, rejuvenating, repackaging, rethinking, and all that is coming in a scintillating and in a very, very captivating way. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to talk to you something very important to the humanity, to the civilization, and for the peace and the prosperity of 8 billion people on this planet. We wish that every child gets a quality education, need-based education, and whatsoever they deserve at their age, wherever they are, irrespective, they are in cities, they are in villages, they are in far-flung areas, they are in non-accessible areas, they are less privileged, more privileged, better privileged, whatever it is. There is only one thing which can bring peace, prosperity, growth, and wonderful humanity, and that's called education ecosystem. If with education we build skills as well, together when we take both the things, education and skills, and from skills when we talk about, with skills you can take competencies, capabilities, inspirations, inclinations, likings, disliking, whatever is there, whatsoever is the passion of every child, we have to take into consideration. Today, we are going to talk to the entire globe, entire universe about the beautiful city called Chandigarh. That's in beautiful country called India, and 131 countries where our chamber is associated, International Chamber for Service Industry. Our brothers and sisters, those have gone abroad in the different countries, in different professions, they're bringing proud to all of us. So today, we talk about humanity, we talk about education, we talk about skills, we talk about research, innovation, capabilities, competencies, technology, IT, ICT, IoT, whatever you can think of. Monday, 31st of October, 2022, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Hearty welcome to everybody from the world over for this wonderful evening from India, where schools, colleges, and institutions all have to be taken together in one chronology and one synchronization. Today is otherwise also very important day as far as India is concerned. It's a Rashtriya Ekata Divas, National Unity Day. It's a Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel ji's birthday, the Iron Man of India. 31st October 1875 was his birth, and till 1950 he contributed a lot to the country and to the humanity. Hum natmastak hai, and we salute this soldier in the civil clothes who did great for entire universe and particularly for India, the unity of India. So let's move ahead. International Chamber for Service Industry, ICSI, extends a very warm welcome to all of you world over. And we are going to talk about education and skills. But of course, with that, we would also be clubbing somewhere. There has to be a purpose of education. Why education? Why to go to school? Why to go to college? Why to go to university? Why to take particular skill? Why do I become competent? Who am I? What am I doing? And what I am competent to do? And what kind of openings are there for me? Is there a purpose of education? Okay. Is it economic purpose, cultural purpose, social purpose, or personal purpose? We got to take all that into consideration. If it has got economic purpose, either I'm going to be employed or going to be self-employed or entrepreneur or startup. So micro, small, medium enterprise, we will talk about. If you have got enough disposable income, you travel world over for holiday and leisure tourism activities. You go for entertainment activities. But most important with education is your physical wellness and your mental wellness. And who transforms and who builds the nations? Who basically packages the entire humanity. It's our teachers, it's our educators, it's our trainers, it's our front office, it's our counselors, it's our coach. Our great salutation from the chamber this morning, this afternoon, this evening, where are you, wherever you are. People, those are joining us from Canada, Latin America, and America. I know you're having your cup of tea, you're having your coffee, you're having your morning jog, you're having your morning gym exercise. Be with us wherever you are. People, those have enjoyed their lunch in the afternoon in entire Europe. Before you go for your evening tea and coffee, we all are together. And people, those are in India, if you have already taken early dinner like Akshay Kumar, good. If you haven't taken, give me about 45, 50 minutes now, because we are going to share something to empower the entire humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the beautiful city, the green city, the neat city, the clean city, the serene city, and something which you call as a modern city of modern India, a beautiful Chandigarh in the foothills of the Shivaliks, 250 kilometers away from national capital of India, Delhi, up north, and you are welcome to Chandigarh. Number one in the country in terms of Human Development Index. Chandigarh has been rated as the wealthiest town of India in terms of family wealth. It was rated as the 6th most prosperous city. Progressive governance, a compact, efficient administration having quick decision-making systems, and at the helm of the affairs in Chandigarh administration, advisor Dr. Dharampalji, wonderful gentleman who is so dedicated. We just had a pleasure last week to make a presentation and to have an interaction with him, totally open with the ideas, whatever best can be done for the humanity from Chandigarh. Now, when we talk about Human Development Index, we talk about health, we talk about education, and we talk about your living standards. When we talk about your health, certainly, we are talking about your life expectancy at birth itself. Education means year of schooling, college, university, and what is expected out of the outcome of the education. Living standards, that's the gross national income per capita when we take into consideration. Wow, what a beautiful, green, serene, neat, lot of plantation and open hand monument. You can see the foothill of Shivaliks over here, located near the foothills of Shivalik Hills. Chandigarh is one of the greenest and the cleanest cities in India, known for its eco-friendly environment, and it lets you live in a healthy, polluted-free environment. The Union Territory of Chandigarh has a total area of 114 square kilometers. Whenever I travel to Singapore, I go to Finland, I go to South Korea, wherever I'm traveling for the education ecosystem studies, I always try to pick up and learn from there. If you go to Japan, Ikinawa, Ikigai, all that when you take into consideration. If you go to Germany and you study the skill system over there, of course, let's move ahead to Chandigarh. It's a unique union territory built by Le Corbusier. He was the architect, the brain behind. Brilliant architecture, modern landscape, educational attainment and employability, social status, economic empowerment, physical security, good health and quality of life, psychological well-being, and of course, social security. Peaceful city, wonderful people, vibrant people, energetic people, and let's hold your breath. I'm not going to take Chandigarh alone. Like you have got the NCR Delhi, where you have got Noida and you have got Gurugram. Similar way with Chandigarh, one side you've got Mohali, on the other side you've got Panchkula. We'll talk a little bit about them also, because nothing can grow in isolation. It's a collaboration. It's basically networking, and it's got to take your neighbors with you. Peaceful, clean, and green. Learn with nature. Supnale, wow. Learn in the lap of the clean environment. Move ahead. Beautiful gardens, rose garden, garden of fragrance, Japanese garden, butterfly, and terrace. And there are a number of them. You can learn with nature. You get mental peace, you get happiness, you get rejuvenation. When you walk through these green patches, You feel so beautiful and so nice. It gives you altogether a different kind of feeling. You've got a bougainvillea garden, you've got a rock garden, and you've got a hibiscus, the garden of silence. You've got Leisure Valley. Every year you have got Chandigarh Carnival Festival as well over there. Chandigarh has emerged as the fastest education and skills hub, the growing revolution in education, technology at the doorstep. We'll talk about the IT park as well. Excellent standards of education services. Students like the city the most, where the most facilities can be found in the field of education. It has got excellent educational institutions, vibrant faculty, teachers, principals, educators, counselor, coach, and the faculty is so wonderful. Whenever I go for the motivational talk to different institutions, it's a pleasure, it's a treat, and it is equipped with all the desired facilities, whatever is needed in the education ecosystem. If you look at the glance, there are approximately 116 government schools, 7 government-aided schools, there are 81 private recognized schools, and there are 7 central government schools, total 211 schools, but the figures keep differing from time to time. Some more value addition keep taking place, and that is about 2.57 lakh students. This is the total number of students when we talk about in the different categories. When you talk about colleges, there are government colleges, there are private colleges, there are approved research centers, there are co-ed colleges, there are exclusively girls colleges, there's a home science college, there's a wonderful facilities. When you think about the institutions, you've got PGI, you've got Punjab University, you've got Punjab Engineering College, you've got CET, you have got Government Medical College, you have got postgraduate college for women, you've got Art College, TAV College, Homeopathic College, Ayurvedic College. There are all of them. There are more than 3 lakh students from 11 different states studying in Chandigarh. It's an education hub. It's a beautiful city. There are more than 60,000 students exclusively for medical, and there are more than 70,000 students for engineering. And you can also take into consideration there are approximately 30 to 40,000 students for architecture, for art, for law, for tourism, for management, and other disciplines. Of course, PGI and Punjab University and Government Medical College, which is in Sector 32 in Chandigarh, they play a very important role. There is another institution, which is a flagship of technical teachers training, that's called NITR, that's in Sector 26 in Chandigarh, under the dynamic leadership of Dr. Patnaik. He's doing very well. The PEC we have already discussed, Dr. Baldev Sethiaji, they are doing very well. You've got the Art College, you've got Architecture College, and of course, you've got the National Institute of Design here. You've got Home Science College, very warm people. Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Hotel Management in Chandigarh. You've got Ayurveda, Dhanvantri, Ayurvedic College and Hospital. When you go for your Panchkarma, when you go for Ashwagandha, when you go for all the beautiful facilities. Then there are research institutes also. There's an MTech, there is a CSIO, there is a NIPER. All they add value to this institute. When I talk about CSIR, that is Institute of the Microbial Technology, or when I talk about Central Scientific Instrument Organization, they're also located here. Recently, I also had a pleasure to meet the director and the head of NIMS, Narsi Monji Institute of Management Studies, which has come up. If you are traveling on the Madhya Marg, and if you are going to New Chandigarh, on the right-hand side after crossing Kuda Lahora, you can see this beautiful building which has come. Our heartiest congratulations to all of them. They're doing extremely well. The environment for the coaching centers, because children, those are aspiring to go abroad in different countries, particularly English-speaking countries, if they want to go to New Zealand, Australia, Canada, United States, Ireland, UK, or many other countries where the English is the main language, Chandigarh has got a large pool of students and institutions, coaching centers, which are training you for IELTS. That is something fantastic. British Council is another flagship, lot being offered from there. If I look towards the neighboring, because Chandigarh has got one side Mohali, and on the other side, you've got Panchkula. ISB Mohali, they are doing wonderful. And from time to time, I had been going over there for some talks. It's such a pleasure to see that aura and a wonderful feeling you get over there. You get into the policy framework, what should be done, how it should be done, how we should develop. And that's all ISB Mohali doing a lot of good work. If you see the school education, there's a Smart Wonder School in Sector 71 in Mohali, education in an innovative way, where every child is given a personal attention and they're doing wonderful. When I studied their model, I really liked and I appreciate. If you come to Panchkula side, you've got JPA Toddler World School, Panchkula, Haryana. It's such a treat and such a pleasure to visit the premises of this school as well. I was extremely delighted and happy because the young kids, how they are being taken care of. Then the Bhavan Vidyalaya Panchkula, Haryana is also another flagship for Haryana. Let's come back to Chandigarh once again. On one of the shore, you've got the IT Park Chandigarh, which is the favorite hub spot of the IT companies because it avails the talented people or students. The students from the different institutions of Chandigarh, they are working with the good IT companies on internship or post-internship. They get absorbed also there. That is something fantastic what they are doing. Let's talk about when you think about the IT Park, it's an IT hub of the various, the top-notch IT companies of India. They all are right over here. It is something wonderful. And when I see some of them are listed right over here, Infosys, Tech Mahindra, Quark, SU and Web Service, Net Solution, NetMarch, SDP Labs, IDS Infotech, Smart Data Enterprise, Suffolk Tech, and many more of them. You can see what a beautiful aura in the IT Park. Chandigarh, every day emerging as a top outsourcing hub of India. That means children, those are interested to go abroad, study abroad, services export, IT and ITS. I must share with all of you that the Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister of India, Shri Piyush Goyal ji, has set a target of 1 trillion services exports from India. And that is to be achieved by 2030. I think India will be able to achieve that much before that. But what I wish to share, IT and ITES is contributing more than 50% to the services export in India. You see all the banks, financial institutions, insurance companies, everybody is Chandigarh. At the same time, when you look at the medical facilities, medical tourism, best of the hospitals are there in Chandigarh or on the periphery, and people from the world over coming for medical tourism services also right over here. A state-of-the-art entrepreneur development center is coming up on 1.5-acre plot at the cost of 16 crore, which will have a plug-in and play facilities for upcoming entrepreneurs in the IT Park. It's Center of Excellence for Entrepreneurs. Chandigarh Skill Development Mission. Wow, they're doing great job, wonderful job, and we will talk about in detail. Ladies and gentlemen, we must know that the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, under that, you've got NSDC, you've got NCVET, and at the same time, you have got 38 sector skill councils. You name any industry, and there is a sector skill council for that. We have listed for all of you. It is entirely up to you which sector skill council you would like to get associated with. I wish to share with all of you, this program is going live on the YouTube world over. Anybody who is interested to get across to any of these sector skill council, it's entirely up to you. How would you like to go by? Then there is a CTOS, that is Department of Information and Technology, Chandigarh. They've got a program for upgrading the soft skills for urban and the rural areas, enhancing the employability of the students under PPP model, public-private partnership. The Society for Promotion of IT in Chandigarh, SPIC, has been set up under the aegis of Department of Information Technology, Chandigarh Administration. My memory lane goes back to 2005 and 6, when we used to enjoy with the Director IT, this particular programs over here right at that time. Nehru Center for Performing Arts is being set up in Sector 34, Chandigarh, which will also have the facility of an international convention center and theaters. That is again going to be a big facility. At present, you have got a Tagore Theatre, you have got Kalagram, you have got other facilities, you have got Punjab Bhavan, Punjab Kala Kendra over here, you have got many other centers, but besides that, more facilities are coming up, capacity building program. Environment Information System, ENVIS Hub, Department of Environment, Chandigarh Administration has also taken some initiative. They are doing programs on capacity building. That is fantastic. The other day when we were talking to advisor and his entire team, we came to know that Chandigarh administration has taken a very strong decision and they have got the plans to make city carbon free, completely carbon free by 2030. And you can see that, you can feel that. The green buses are coming up, bicycles are coming up. You go to the different sectors, bicycles are available. You can hire the bicycle, you can ride the bicycle, improve your health also, look smart, talk smart, walk smart, think positive. And at the same time, electric vehicles, coming up in the city in a very big way. Cycling capital of India. Can you imagine Chandigarh? It already has 180 kilometers of cycling tracks along with the main roads. Come on, clap for Chandigarh, clap for Chandigarh. That is something fantastic. And it always goes with the vision of the advisor to the administrator because they think about it, how to go by. The four most important pillars in any education ecosystem are, now let's talk about administration, teachers, educators, principals, coach, counselors, students. And of course, post-pandemic, we all must realize that parents, you also have got a very important role. It's not that depositing your children in the morning and withdrawing as an ATM in the evening. No, you got to devote more time. You got to be a partner in everything now. And education is about training of the mind to think innovative, think positive, think creative. And in education ecosystem, we have to bring curiosity. Children should be interested. Why children should not feel that we don't want to go to school? Oh, the moment they get a holiday. I was listening to this morning Sadhguruji. One of the program was going on of Sadhguruji with one of the film producer, director and eminent celebrity, Shekhar Kapoor. Both of them, they were conversing. And when I was watching that particular program, that interview, something very interesting was there. Sadhguruji was telling, in my childhood, one of the president of India expired, he died. So there were 2 days holiday. And he was telling in a very polite way how the children are innocent. They don't know anything. And in a very innocent way, without adding any colors to anything, he says, as a small child, we just sat together, some of the friends out of the school, because we came to know today is a holiday and tomorrow is a holiday. He said, we were discussing with each other, if president dies, there is a 2 days holiday. If prime minister dies, how many holidays? If whole cabinet dies, how many holidays? He was laughing, Sadhguruji. He says, children are innocent. They don't know. They want only holidays. So can we build schools? Can we bring that creativity that children should rush and they should tell their parents, oh, no, I don't want to miss my school. I want to go to school. It should be willing horse. It should be willingly, they should be going over there. No imposition should be there. So not about filling. Education is not about filling it up with information. It should be relevant. And that's why our chamber is working out on the exercise, making education and skills relevant. We will take into consideration what is lacking in our today's education in our learning system. Is it a theory? Is it a practice? Whatever we are learning, is it applicable to our day-to-day life? Does it hold any relevance in my upbringing, for my future, for my growth, for my innovation, for my passion? Whatever I want to do, that is something very interesting which we all would like to understand. Education got to be relevant to our day-to-day life. From the time we get up in the morning until we go to sleep, whatever we do during the daytime, That should be part of my learning. That should be part of my happiness. That should be musical learning. Okay. ICSI believes very strongly, our chamber very strongly believes there should be a value addition in education ecosystem. Getting inspiration from the global success story, global case studies. Why Singapore, just the size of Chandigarh? I mean, imagine how successful they are. Do you know what percentage of their budget or the GDP they are spending on education ecosystem? 20%, 20%. Let me talk about one more country. You'll be shocked and surprised. In African continent, there's one country called Tunisia. They spend 20% of their budget on education ecosystem. Way back when the president, that time, he declared 20%, lot of opposition, lot of hue and cry. What would happen to other industries? He said, nothing doing in Tunisia. If you build good education ecosystem, everybody gets developed from there. Politicians come from there, doctors come from there, lawyers come from there, administrators come from there, good teachers come from there. Thereby education ecosystem, and teachers got to be better paid. They got to be really engaged in teaching. Keeping all that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, our chamber in 1994 brought brick and mortar, India's first finishing school in service industry way back in 1994. And that is the year when we started with Punjabi Parvasi Divas also. And this finishing school was focusing only on two important areas: work on every child's personality and communication skills. When we talk about personality, that was etiquettes, manners, gesture, body language, confidence, articulation, critical thinking, logical thinking, analytical thinking, positive thinking, all that we brought. And you know how we were taking the entire program? It was with the music, it was with the happiness, it was with the humor, it was with the fun, it was with the storytelling, it was with the dance, passion, stimulation. Everything was rewarding and everything was coming in a wonderful musical way. These were various steps which we got in the finishing school. In your own time, you can see it. I don't want to spend too much of time. I've got a lot of portion to discover with you. So every child, all boys and girls, after this program today, start believing, start thinking, all power is within you. You can do anything and everything. Believe in yourself and start saying from today, right from this moment, I can do it. I will do it. I must do it. And that is YES program. That means Youth Empowerment Strategies. This was the complete finishing school where we worked on to the anti-stress, anti-depression, anti-anxiety, and no drugs, music therapies, happiness all around, laughter, and almost 52,000 youth and 32,000 teachers capacity building and empowerment program took place from there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the world is a canvas for your imagination. You are the painter. There are no rules. Get to the work. The limitless power God has given you. By what? By your mind, your brain. Use your brain the positive way. Utilize your energy the positive way. Master your mind, mindful thinking. Be the captain of your ship. Before you complain about your circumstances, ask yourself one simple question: who is the wheel of my ship? That is going to give you the answer. Why? To manage mind, for keep learning, for keep growing, be positive always, to be empathetic, avoid all social junks, and most important, as somebody says, life management begins with the mind management. If you think positive, if you start thinking positively, the sound becomes music, movement becomes a dance, smile becomes laughter, mind becomes meditation, and life becomes a celebration. Wow, that is something all of you have to agree. The quality of your life is influenced by the quality of your thoughts. The thoughts you think lead to the action you take. I found that when you start thinking and saying what you really want, then your mind automatically shifts and pulls you in that particular direction. So start thinking that way. How to master your mind. You are the master of your life. Think positive, stay positive, work positive, stay positive. Find the positive viewpoint in a negative situation. Positive mind, positive vibes, and positive lives. Don't ever think negative. Show compassion to others. अपने लिए तो सभी जीते हैं, औरों के लिए भी जीजिए. Add value and positivity to someone else's life. See in this beautiful photograph, the big bird has opened the wing and giving a shelter to all others when it is raining all around so that they don't get wet and they have a problem. So ladies and gentlemen, gratitude is the best attitude. Practice gratitude. There's always something to be thankful for, even if it is simply that you are breathing and you know that you are breathing. And you know your life is till the time you're breathing. Something is coming out, something is going in, and that's your life. You got to be thankful to someone who has given this breath to you. Share with others what you know. Encourage others. Empower them. Enrich them. Help when you can. Be there when you can. Encourage when you can. A truly happy life comes from giving more than you take. Ladies and gentlemen, we should always give more than what we take. Being true to yourself always, not letting others people negativity brings you down. Transform negative self-talk into positive self-talk. Always stay true to yourself because there are very few people who will always be true to you. Now, be happy and peaceful. Then only you can make a difference as an educator. If you are not happy, how can you make others happy? When you are inside happy, when you have a natural happiness, the symptom of that happiness will come out and the inner peace will give more smiling effect outside. Frequent smiling moments should be there. Frequent overcoming episodes of appreciation should be there to others. Loss of interest in judging other people. Loss of ability to worry. Tendency to act based on hope rather than a fear. Ability to enjoy each moment. Ability to give and receive love. Sharing whatever little you have with the people who are having less in life. If these symptoms persist, then just thank God. Hope all of you have these symptoms permanently. Be thankful to yourself. कभी भी मन विचलित हो, PGI का एक चक्कर लगाइए और देखिए how the people are suffering. Health and wellness is very important. Your physical wellness, your mental wellness, your spiritual wellness, your environmental wellness, and of course, you've got to have a job. That means your financial wellness is also very important. There are certain secrets of life. Adventure of life is to learn. The purpose of life is to grow. The nature of life is to change. The challenge of life is to overcome. The essence of life is to care. The opportunity of life is to serve. The secret of life is to dare. The spice of the life is to be friendly. The beauty of the life is to give. And the joy of life is to love, love, and love everything, whatever is in your domain. There are 5 questions to life. Who am I? Where am I from? Why am I here? What can I do? Where am I going? If you answer these questions, you will be at peace. Because in this entire universe, it's very difficult to know who am I. 6 characteristics of human beings: social, motivated, hopeful, emotional, intuitive, and self-centered. And what is the success to significance? Transform your life. Have faith in yourself and be positive. You know, people generally say, very important, be focused, have faith, and follow through. So, when the faith enters food, food becomes prasad. When faith enters water, water becomes amrit. When faith enters travel, travel becomes a tirth. When faith enters music, music becomes kirtan. When faith enters a house, house becomes a temple. When faith enters action, action becomes seva. When faith enters in work, work becomes karma. And when faith enters a man, man becomes human. That is something. Youth happiness is very, very important. All of us, those are in education ecosystem, you got to understand what does today's youth want. Ladies and gentlemen, this rightly said that in our education ecosystem, before pandemic also and post-pandemic also, you've got physics lab, chemistry lab, bio lab, computer lab, math lab, micro lab, language lab, and of course, you've got all other kind of labs. Why don't we think of? Because education gives us information. Can we move from information to inspiration in education? Because information is coming from so many quarters now. The time has gone when teacher was only one source, standing at the blackboard with the notebook in hand, with the book in hand, and with the chalk, writing on the blackboard, and information coming only from one source. And we all noting down everything teacher is saying as a gospel truth. Now the time has changed. If you read Alan Toffler's book of 1973, Future Shocks, you will come to know. And now Rajiv Malhotraji, Artificial Intelligence and Future Power. Last year, he has given that book. Go through that. You will come to know. Information is in plenty now. It's overloaded. It's coming from all the places. What exactly is needed now? Inspiration. That's why our chamber has done lots of research. 21st century, we need inspirational lab in every school, college, university, ITI, polytechnic, vocational training centers, sector skill councils, and how it is, what it will do. It will bring curiosity, creativity, imagination, innovation, design thinking, critical thinking, adaptive learning, immersive learning, project-based learning, technology adoption, Internet of Things, exploring and experimenting, joyful learning, and most important is empathy in education. Nobody needs sympathy. What we need is empathy. And ICSI Inspirational Lab has got everything in education and skills: music, dance, games, happiness, humor, fun, creativity, curiosity, storytelling, stimulation, passion, talent display, stress-free education, technology-based education, vocational and skill-based education, and at the same time, outdoor activities. That is nature-based education. That is again something very important which we all have to understand. If we live in harmony with nature, if we appreciate nature, if we respect nature, we will never ever have any problem in life. And ladies and gentlemen, all educational institutions, we must realize now that education got to be made relevant to our day-to-day life. It has to be practical. It has to be project-based. It has to be community-based. It has to be society-based. Pandemic has taught all of us lots of things, lots of things. Bring happiness and humor in every activity. So Inspirational Lab, we have given the name Prerna, P-R-E-R-N-A. That means preparing resourceful educators with the right approach towards nationwide accessibility. One room, every school should dedicate, every college, every institution, every ITI, every polytechnic, dedicate one room for Inspirational Lab. It should be a multitasking activity where soft skill, life skill, inspirational skill, future skills, job skills, technical skills, with the means of digital technology, everything coming there, because it will bring mental wellness, physical wellness, professional wellness, social wellness, and economic wellness, all of them coming together at one time. Let's move ahead. What are we going to have in this Inspirational Lab? That's something is very important. What all we are going to work over here? Personality, effective communication, curiosity and creativity, critical and collaborative thinking, storytelling and graphic novels and AVGC, music, dance, fun, humor, augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, passion, empathy, and soft skills, love for nature and happiness, organic living, nutrition, waste to resource management, yoga, health, mental wellness, equity and diversity, and all project-based learning. There are 4 components we have got over here in the Inspirational Lab: mental wellness, personal wellness, professional wellness, social wellness. You can read in your own time. We have given the listing of the complete thing over here, what all can come in mental, personal, professional, and social wellness. It is all going to be technology based. You don't require human interface unnecessarily. Children are very intelligent. Don't underestimate them. In the mental wellness, we are showing you lots of activities. In the personal wellness, we are showing you lots of activities. Professional wellness, once again, lots of activities. And of course, social wellness, lot where the community, all of them together. Now, with youth, with students, it's at the same time. If you see the new education policy 2022, that means 2020 it was given, and now when we are adopting this in the different phases, 29 July 2020, we got the new education policy in the thick of the pandemic. Now the new education policy emphasizes quite a bit on the teachers' engagement, teachers learning 50 hours every year, including principals. So the capacity building of the teachers through Inspirational Lab, where we make education and skills relevant, is something very important. We are listing out over here. You can go through. We have got like G20 is coming to India from 1st of December 2022 for 1 year. We have got E20 coming for you under SDG 2030 for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, passion, creativity, and innovation. Every teacher got to understand, you got to have knowledge, skill, empathy, art, culture, dress, fitness, communication, critical thinking, problem solving skills, and then of course, life management skills. How to enhance students' learning skills? Because students' engagement is very important. Positive engagement, creative engagement, innovative engagement, outcome-based engagement. That is something very important. The value addition, how you're doing to every child, because every child is intelligent. Every child has got something very special. How are we adding value to that? How do we give them time to think creative? How do we bring curiosity? Don't impose, make them understand what to do when a student refuses to work. Are you teaching content or you're teaching thought? That is something very important which we have to see. Now, communication has been left far behind. It is now communication to connecting heart to heart, connecting soul to soul, connecting mind to mind. This is something very important which you all have to understand. Unless you don't get connected with the student, ladies and gentlemen, there's no fun in completing your syllabi. I think the time has come. It has already happened in a couple of countries where I'm traveling abroad, that there is no imposition on teachers to complete the syllabi. There is no imposition on the teachers to finish the syllabi. Rather, they are going to evaluate teachers based on what creativity, what positivity, what curiosity, what passion, what happiness, and what mental and physical wellness you have brought among children, where they're enjoying their education. That is something very important. Be thoughtful. Don't just do the bare minimum. That is something important. Accept your students as they are. Love them. Do you tell your students, I love you? If you don't say, tomorrow when you go to school and college, tell them, children, we love you. We are your parents. We are here to take care of you. And teachers, you give wings to the students' dreams, what they become tomorrow, because if you are positive, you bring positivity all around. If you are happy, you bring happiness all around. Create active learning relationship with the students. That is something very important, which we all have to realize. Create curriculums that foster students' development. Work hard on their weaknesses as well as build their strengths. Education is not the filling of a bucket, but the lighting of a fire. It's an ignition. It's a spark. It's that starting moment which you're giving. Avoid stress and panic situation among students for exams. It's a hell, because you do so much of damage. I mean, so there are countries where there are no exams up to a particular age, up to a particular class. And over here, monthly test, quarterly test, half yearly test, yearly test, supplementary test, all tests. I think because lots of people's business goes only on those tests. Promote self-determination. Cut it with the scissors that I can't do it. Cut it, apostrophe T. Say, I can do it. And when you talk about pedagogy, that means self-learning, self-paced learning. So pedagogy, andragogy, and pedagogy, when they are compared, we have given you all the things: dependence, resource for learning, reasons for learning, focus of learning, motivation, role of a teacher. Entire table we are giving it to you. Kindly go through in your own time so that you get the complete fulcrum and the full idea. Make the students feel whatever will be the situation that they are the winner. I would say late Radhakrishnan ji, what a pious soul. The best teacher from the heart, not the best teachers teach from the heart, not from the book. And that is Happy Teachers Day. Thank you, teachers. I'm also grateful to my teachers who taught me. The truth about teacher workload: protect, support, and recognize teachers. That is something we should not give too much of administrative work to teachers. Let them focus on research, innovation, creativity, engagement, happiness, fun, with an open mind, all that to be given to the children. Piles of administrative work is given to children, which is to teachers, which is non-academic. I think we got to repackage that entire thing. The Bill Gates statement, I was studying somewhere over here, state of the teacher evaluation, and Bill Gates spent 212 million US dollar equivalent and found that teacher evaluations don't work. 18 billion also spent on professional development annually. And can you imagine, 150,000 teachers leave every year due to the lack of growth opportunities. Why teachers are leaving? Why teachers don't want to continue? Are they overburdened? Are they not happy? Are they underpaid? Are they not recognized? Don't we appreciate their status, their their professional growth? All that has to be taken into consideration. Now, despite all the difficulties, many good teachers, they love their job. They may complain about it or be, indignant, but every morning they get up to rush back to their students. We all have to find ways to encourage and support more teaching professionals. A world without teachers has got no future. We got to understand teachers are the great resource. There got to be holistic education. Let's make education and skill relevant for every youth. Innovation in learning is very important. Educators to update themselves, and continuous learning must never cease, because post-pandemic, we all got to realize teachers, now your co-learner. Don't make teaching a burden, make it your passion. Enjoy your time with students, be their mentor. Teachers, they are at the heart of the innovation. Love to experiment with the new ideas and pilot new research projects. There should be no instruction manual. We strongly feel there should not be a binding that it should be A for apple only. No, A can be for Amritsar also. A can be appreciation also. A can be Anita also. And so many things can come. You have to bring creativity. Empathy, yes, it's very important. Every teacher got to be empathetic. You got to enhance your skill level, teachers. Digital transformation is very important. It's coming in a very big way. Artificial intelligence, virtual reality, big data, cloud computing, 3D printing, augmented reality, and drones all are going to contribute. Digital learning is changing the face of education. Equip youth and teachers with skills for tomorrow. Life skills education is more important than teaching skills. The other day, when I was talking to Director School Education and Director Higher Education and Director Technical Education of Chandigarh Administration, they told me, Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma, let's focus on soft skills, life skills, and other skills which basically can bring inspiration and empowerment in every child. A new wave of school integration. All are welcome here. How will artificial intelligence impact our future education? We got to adopt, and technology won't replace teachers. Please remember that. But who use teachers who use technology will probably replace teachers who do not. You got to adopt technology, educating students for their future, not for the past. Syllabi need not to be obsolete and obsolescent. It got to be futuristic. We got to understand innovation in education. We got to accelerate innovation in education technology. The Ed Portal development, those have begun, with the knowledge hubs. They incorporate support for learning labs in a very big way. So technology-enabled learning for future-ready skills is very important. Education, innovation, and collaboration. We all got to understand nobody can grow alone. 16 indicators of efficient teaching. You all can go through teachers in your own time. This program will be available live on the YouTube. You can see the video and you can go through in your own time. There are 21st century skills which we are listing out for you right over here. The importance of teacher, socio-emotional learning, mental health and well-being, that also we have to take into consideration. You all can enjoy. So, emotional regulation, self-efficacy, and social skills, mental health and well-being, again, is very, very important for all of us. Mindfulness, you got to understand, smile, breathe fresh, positive, and exercise, walk, sometimes go barefoot also, open mind, spend time with nature, positive thinking, talk to plants, sing, dance, musical, rain in dance, or dance in rain, skill, values, and outcomes. Teachers' practices need to take a dramatic shift towards preparing students for living throughout and beyond the 21st century. Teachers, your thoughts, they matter. From physical to digital, from standards to habits, from compliance to play, from schools to communities, from reaction to interaction, from isolation to connectivism, and from privacy to transparency. Digital era, everything is transparent. Educators at the center of the education, learning and development. Build a future that is more inclusive and human-centric. Revolution in education and skills are needed to thrive in the future economy. Ladies and gentlemen, what educators need to start, and continue doing when redesigning learning models. Innovative learning models emphasize on the skills development, and better learning outcomes and learning experiences. Technology, we have already told you, the education has to be technology facilitated. Innovative research and the technology is going to play a very important role in our higher education as well. Attribute of a future ready educator. Educators, you are leader, you are advocate, you got to be collaborative, digital literate, you got to be facilitator, and you got to be globally aware of what all is happening world over so that you can give the best to your children. Building a powerhouse of education ecosystem is very important. Teachers, get to know your students better. Need to develop equity in learning and evaluating system. Learning styles could be different. Certain children, they learn the best with the visual, certain auditory, physical, verbal, solitary, social, logical. So every child has got a different learning styles. So using a combination of the pedagogical approaches that support, challenge, and engage each student is the best strategy. Teachers, you got to be progressive, build critical thinking, ignite inner motivation, involve students, lead to creativity, help and nurture self-expression and exploration of every child. Post-pandemic, the quality of the teachers is a major determinant of children learning and well-being. That has been noticed. And India can play a very important role for the whole world in a post-pandemic era. Can you understand, ladies and gentlemen? Because India is going to be the most populous country, and our population still would be growing, and world over population is aging. People are becoming old. People are getting old. India can fill that gap, and there can be a services exports of education and skills. Would you like to be a teacher abroad? Would you like to be associated abroad? So there are 4 modes of services export in education. Read them carefully later on. And one way is you can be in India, but digital way you can teach abroad. Second part is you go on a short-term assignment and work abroad and then come back to your hometown and your country. Third, there is some establishment from India which sets up an institution abroad and you're working over there for a few years. Fourth part, some foreign company coming to India, employing you, and you're being paid in the foreign exchange. That could be another area. The global labor market has witnessed a fundamental transformation. Earlier, the demand was for Indian software engineers, doctors, business managers, but now you got to understand there's a tremendous opportunity for teachers, educators, counselors, nurses, and including the chefs also. You have to understand, India has become one of the most fertile zones as supplier of the trained school teachers world over. While educating foreign students, one need to understand the cultural intricacies and respect the culture norms of that country where you're teaching. Global teachers need a strong personality and a clear vision. That is something very important. So, besides teaching one subject, teacher is also expected to informally mentor and introduce best practices of education, especially with respect to the critical thinking. Now, global teachers simultaneously, they become, the co-learner. With students, they learn as well. That is something very important. Now, preparing teachers for global program, you got to align yourself. Where is the demand world over? Time management is very important, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting very close to my, the finale of the program. So get focused. I want each one of you to get focused. What do you want to do? What do you want to become? What is your future plan? Set your goals and review. Draw your priorities, setting your priorities, and everything you got to take into consideration. What disturbs your focus? Train your brain the best possible way. Exercise daily, because physical body, and if you're physically fit, mentally it will help you a lot. Transform information to make things more interesting. Meditation, yoga, naturopathy, Ayurveda, all that is going to help you a lot. Explore your potential. Let me tell you right from here, everybody cannot do everything, but everybody can do lots of things. Remember Abdul Kalam ji, the late president of India, he used to say, dreams are not the one which come to me. Dreams are the one which do not let me sleep. Dreams are not the one which come to me when I'm sleeping. So come on, get up, wake up, shake up, and do something. The iceberg of the success and happiness you got to take. IQ and EQ. We have moved from IQ to EQ. And that was intelligent quotient. Now it is the emotional quotient. Be what you want the world to be. To help your surroundings, first help yourself. Choose right friends. अच्छे दोस्त चुनिए, क्योंकि अगर आपने अच्छे दोस्त चुने, you would be successful in your life. What do you want to do in life? Building the life you want. Live, feel, and master these 5 things, and you will soon attract better in your life. What could be these 5 things? You have to believe, you have to visualize, you have to dream board, you have to focus. You have to focus on feeling good and acting as if you already have it, and you have to do the work. Think inspirational and be an inspiration. Teachers, it's for you. Look at the sunlight. Sun is rising. So are you. 6 ethics of life. Before you pray, believe. Before you speak, listen. Before you spend, earn. Before you write, think. Before you quit, try. And before you die, live. Think inspirational and be inspiration. There are 17 sustainable development goals which were given by United Nations. India was doing extremely well before pandemic. We got to we got to increase the pace. And finally, here are the recommendations for all the parents, all the teachers, all the educators, all the principals, and Chandigarh administration, and everybody world over. Our dream project of the chamber is International Chamber for Service Industry thinks how Chandigarh should become the leader, the hub, the fulcrum, and the pivot of entire education ecosystem of India. Everybody should think how to go to Chandigarh once for education, for skills, for my competencies, for my capabilities. So all schools, colleges, dedicate one room in each school, college, and institute for inspirational lab. Our chamber would be more than happy to give you the complete rundown, how to go by, which way to go by. Organize regular capacity building program for your teachers, and at the same time, empower your youth also from time to time. There's a concept of human library which has come in Denmark and Scandinavian countries. Traditional libraries, we all know. We all understand what is traditional library. But there's a human library. That is where a human being above 60 years of age who has lived his life, has got a wonderful experiences, they come and talk to children in different schools, colleges, and institutions, and they talk their lifetime story. And that becomes inspiration. That's called human library. It's very prominent and very popular as far as Scandinavian countries and particularly Denmark. Making WhatsApp group of the principals, professors, teachers, educators, schools, colleges, ITI, polytechnics, B.Ed colleges, make a WhatsApp groups, share the information, keep sharing innovative information, keep guiding each other, and keep learning from each other. Our chamber would also be more than happy to share as much information as we can give it to you from the world over. Tapping Chandigarh, because we have taken the Chandigarh project. So the non-resident Indians, those who have gone abroad from Chandigarh, they can adopt some of the schools and colleges in the most innovative way, and they can support, they can bring so much technical know-how, and they can bring a very valuable inputs to Chandigarh. We would also be very happy. And this is an open invitation to all teachers, principal, counselors, educators, anybody whosoever is in education ecosystem. We can bring you, like today I am talking to you. You can come in a panel discussion with me, give your views, share your views, give your ideas, talk to us, and we can hold. Choice is yours, Monday to Friday. Any day you can come between 8 to 9 p.m. 4 of us together. We can talk. Okay, fine. How to make Chandigarh ultimate destination for education, for skills, and for entire ecosystem of humanity. And every year, in the month of January, we hold the annual convention of the ICSI. It's a North India Pravasi Divas. So this year, that means coming year on 13th and 14th of January, 2023, we are planning to have Singapore as a case study, where entire Singapore education ecosystem, because that place is almost equivalent to Chandigarh. So Chandigarh, what inspiration can get from Singapore, and then we can have some faculty exchange, student exchange, cultural exchange, other programs with Singapore, and we can work it out. And we were thinking very closely, like there is a NCR region, Delhi, Gurugram, and Noida. Three of them together, supporting, helping, developing, and networking, whatsoever can be done. Why can't we develop a tri-city project where Chandigarh, Panchkula, and Mohali, three places together, tri-city, wonderful can be done, like NCR region of Delhi. So ladies and gentlemen, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together. Let's make Chandigarh education and skill hub of India. Chandigarh awaits through innovative education, futuristic education, skill-based education, entertaining education, musical education, humorous education, joyful learning education ecosystem. Should you wish to become a panelist, kindly send a mail to us at gsmotivator@icsi.asia, or you can WhatsApp at 73411222044. These things we have given to you because let's partner with each other. Nobody has grown in isolation, and you cannot keep any information next to your chest now because it's a digital arena. And here is the last slide. I wish to share with all of you what is the Inspirational Lab.
Welcome to the Inspirational Lab of ICSI Finishing School for Service Industry. The International Chamber for Service Industry, or ICSI, brought on ground India's first finishing school for the service industry in 1994. However, it has become an inspirational lab and turned completely digital post-pandemic. Here, the students link academics beyond syllabi. They journey from effective communication to connecting skills, curiosity to creativity, along with soft skills, life skills and technical skills. Health and wellness is another important component of the Inspirational Lab at ICSI. Inspirational Lab is an initiative of ICSI to develop a holistic approach in education transformation. Visit icsiindia.in.
So I'm grateful to all of you. Thank you very much, because that was really nice to share some of the vision which our chamber has got. And we just thought that we want to develop Chandigarh as a role model for education and skills, research and innovation for the entire country. And as the Honorable Prime Minister of India has given the new education policy 2020 to all of us, and it has already started getting into the action in the different phases. At the same time, the Honorable Prime Minister's vision is how to make India 5 trillion economy. Imagine if our teachers, they get groomed, they get trained, and they start working in the direction of services exports, what wonders can be done and how beautifully it can be done. I think Chandigarh is the ideal place where from this entire process can start. And at the same time, like my two arms, we have got Mohali and we have got Panchkula, and it becomes a tri-city concept, developing Chandigarh, Mohali, Panchkula as a role model for education and skills research and innovation in the entire education ecosystem to empower the entire humanity. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, look forward to meeting you soon in the next session. And we extend a very open invitation to all the teachers, educators, inspirational, the people, those are interested to talk something. If you have got in your mind to empower the education ecosystem, come. Even if you're a parent and you're not directly in the education ecosystem, we would be more than happy to bring you with us in the panel discussion. We can have 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, more the merrier. I mean, say, information to be shared. You never know which particular idea, where it becomes so meaningful that it brings a tremendous and a remarkable change to the entire humanity. With these words, Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma, Director General, International Chamber for Service Industry, signing off today. And people all, those are watching from United States, from Canada, from Latin America, my green morning to all of you. People, those are in European Union, you have got a wonderful afternoon. Please go for your tea and coffee. And people, those are in India, those already have their dinner and they are going for, in next an hour or so for sleep. You should have turmeric milk and with a black pepper, so that your throat, your body, your wellness, everything is being taken care of. And if you have not taken your food, come on, rush for the food, because you require minimum 1.5 hour gap before you go to sleep. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you for being our inspiration. We look forward to partner with you, and we extend a very warm invitation to all of you. Thank you. And our students, great blessing to you. You're wonderful today and you're wonderful tomorrow. The universe is because of you. The universe is because of children and parents. You have very important role to